Welcome to a new video and a new trap. And the game started with e4, c5, Sicilian defense, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, d6, knight b3, e5, and the Scheveningen variation. Bishop to e2, bishop to e7, castles, castles, f4, a5, a4, knight b4, bishop to e3, bishop to e6, and bishop to f3. And with this move, it looks like a normal move and standard developing move. But with this move, black could gain some material and start like a little action with attack. So white missed this opportunity, and he will get punished for it. After bishop to f3, pawn takes f4, bishop take f4, knight takes c2, queen takes c2, queen to b6, now with check and forking the knight. And this is the attack missed by white, because when you are in the opening, you don't expect that your opponent uh, is going to start an attack like this. But uh, as as a strong player, you should be alert in all the phases of the game, in the opening and middle game and the end game. Uh, it's obvious that you have to be ready for the attack at any time. So queen to b6, forking the knight and the king, king to h1, and bishop takes b3. And with this attack, black gained a pawn with no compensation for for white, sorry. So black won a game with no compensation for white. Queen to d2, of course, rook f e8, bishop e3, queen b4, queen to f2, knight to d7, and now black start to maneuver his pieces to gain more space and more initiative and pressing against the white pieces. Bishop to e2, knight to e5. Now the knight on e5 is in a strong post and exerting pressure, good pressure against white camp. Knight to d5, bishop d5, e d5, and bishop to f6. Bishop to d4, rook to e7, bishop to c3, attacking the queen, of course. Queen to e4, centralizing. Rook a to d8, to d1, sorry. Queen takes a4, and now this is the second pawn. Uh, just like that from white side, giving a pawn without no reason. Rook to d4, just to harass more the queen. Queen to c2, rook to d2, queen to g6. Of course, the queen has too much squares to go, so no worries. Queen to b6, trying to attack some weaknesses. Bishop to g5, attacking the rook. Rook d to d1, rook f8, bishop take e5, rook take e5, bishop to d3, attacking the queen again. Queen to h6, rook to f3, maybe organizing some attack against white against black's king. So bishop to f4, threatening checkmate on h2 and h3. Uh, and with this move, white lost his opportunity to come to h3. So rook to e7, queen take e5, and now, okay, it's time to gain back one of the pawns. g6, okay, cutting any chance to attack along the diagonal from b1 to h7, bishop to f1, bishop to e5, queen to b4, rook to c8, queen to d2, trying to exchange, queen to h4, b3, rook e to c7, of course doubling on the open file, bishop to c4, blocking the file, rook to c5, preparing b5 of course, queen to e1, queen takes e1, rook takes e1, and now with b5, dislodging the bishop from c4, and of course the bishop holding the 2 pawns. So now after the bishop retreat, bishop to f1, it's free to take the the d5 pawn. So now back, black is 2 pawns up, rook to d3, of course, 2 pawns up, why not exchange some pieces? Rook takes rook, bishop takes rook, b4, bishop to e4, bishop f5, bishop to d5, king to g7, king to g1, and rook to c2. Of course, cutting any attempt from the white king to be activated. So rook to d1, and now the black king start to be more active. King to f1, h5, advancing more and more the pawns and gaining more space. h4, bishop to g3, trying to setting a mating net, rook to d4, and king to e5. And after this move, white resigned because he is going to lose some material or uh, to be in a very bad situation. So after this move, white resigned. So you have to be careful in all stages of the game, opening, middle game, end game, and you have to be always in alert against any threats. So bishop to f3 looks like inaccuracy and bad move, tactical blunder, missing that after bishop to f3, you can take on f4, removing the bishop from the diagonal of b6 to g1, and now we can take a pawn on c2, queen takes c2, and queen forking the knight and the king, king to h1, and bishop takes b3. So this is our video for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next video and next trap. Bye.